I'm Charles Kafuluma. I'm secretary for the technical trainers, that department. My concern mainly goes to the public service. We have had technical education in this country for quite long, so many years. But how comes that up to now, technical education has not got a clear salary structure for the Tvet trainers? We are at one point paid as post-primary teachers. At one point, a salary structure comes in, but they copy what is in post-primary and post it there. In the recent salary structure that was released by the permanent secretary, the technical teachers are not there. So we want to find out from the Minister of Public Service, are really technical teachers and Tvet trainers part of the public servant, or they are just mere workers that should be tossed here and there? We request public service to come out clearly and pronounce itself on the status of the technical and Tvet trainers. We are so disappointed, even when the president promised to enhance the salary for Tvet trainers, still public service has blocked us. Because we all know that most of the people who are owning schools in the country are lawmakers, because most of the schools in our villages are owned by members of parliament, some are for ministers, and I believe, and some other big business guys. So you realize that if you allow the parents to realize the cake that is in technical education, it will put a challenge to their business. Many students will not prefer to go to the direct entry system instead of the other where you study exactly what you are going to be. Can you imagine? Can you advise your kid to go and study fishing in Canadian prairies if you want that kid to be an engineer, instead of taking that kid to strictly study engineering? You realize that our parents are still blindfolded by the government slots that I've mentioned, that when you go this side, your kid will not study on government at university. But when you go this side, chances are very high that your kid will study on government. So I believe that is what is killing us. The lawmakers are the owners of the business, and really they cannot allow the other education system to supersede the other, because they will be out of the business. And absolutely that's why we are behind.
As the General Secretary has highlighted most of the challenges, we would wish to put these possible solutions to the challenges. And I think Your Excellency will watch this clip and have a solution to the technical sector so that skilling Uganda can be achieved. One, there are some ladders in the profession that are not respected. The way it is in the secondary schools, it is the same that is happening in Tvet structures. Because you find that they tell you to have a degree to attain a certain level. But when you get it, somebody takes 10 years before attaining that level. He remains on the other level of assistant instructor. Yet they told him to get a degree, to become an instructor, to become a principal instructor, a deputy instructor. These people are not employed, and yet these positions are there, they are vacant. In most of the institutions, there are no deputy principals substantive, and yet people who are qualified are there. Most institutions, there are acting principals, yet qualified people who can become principals are there to take on these institutions. So let that one be respected. Two, let a special Tvet salary structure be created in the public service. The way it was done at Uganda Petroleum Institute, Chigumba, the way it was done at Salute Flying School, let it be done in these technical institutions. If it is not done, technical institutions are dying off. Skilling Uganda is dying off. Your Excellency and the ministers and all the patriots in this nation, if we are to save skills training in this nation, let us respect the Tvet trainers. Because as the president already says, that Salute Flying School was dying off, but he saved it by coming into the pilots' issues and giving them enough money. So these engineers, these veterinary officers, these agriculturists, are leaving technical institutions, going for the local government jobs. And these are competent people who would have trained more skilled Ugandans. So let there be a special salary structure for these people so that we save the skilling Uganda. Because when you see the skilling Uganda 2008, what, these things have been copied by Rwanda, they have been copied by Kenya, they're implementing them and they are going far. But Uganda, the initiators of these programs, we are still lagging behind just because of the little pay that is given to these trainers. 3, let the government increase the funding that is given to these institutions. Because principals face hurdles in implementing the curriculum that comes it needs technical things, it needs some special equipment to implement, but the money is not there. And even materials, and you find that people are blaming the principals, yet actually the government is not giving them enough funds to run the curriculum, to implement it. To add our voice on top of the leaders of EPIS 2, to remind the government to respect the presidential directive on our salary enhancement. So we therefore remind all the Tvet trainers in Tvet institutions, that is the lecturers in technical colleges, the instructors and assistant instructors in technical institutes, in technical schools and community polytechnics, that our industry action is still ongoing, and they should avoid engaging in any institute or college activities until the government clearly pronounces itself in writing about their plans for us. And to government, you cannot achieve a middle income status without industrialization. And you can't have an industrialized nation or economy without skilled citizens. But there is no way you will have better skilled citizens with frustrated instructors and lecturers. So, if you are really patriots, please respect the President's vision and implement his directive so that we have a better skilling Uganda program. Mind you, many instructors have decided to leave the profession and have opted for local government jobs where they are recognized as scientists and paid well, which is slowly killing the Skilling Uganda program in Tvet institutions and in our nation. To our dear trainers, we have been undermined for so long, we have been cheated, we have been always forgotten, and we can't hide in the dust anymore, because it's disheartening to see the person that you trained being respected as a scientist, but you are left out. On intimidation, please remember that we are within the laws governing the industry action, and in any case, nobody should intimidate you in any way. My question to government officials is, how can you give more respect to the child and neglect his mother? Because all the good attributes you see in that child were given by their mother. So, because you love other scientists in other departments, remember where they were made from. Tvet institutions, with the good training given to them by Tvet instructors and lecturers, are the ones that made these people to become what they are. So let us respect instructors and lecturers first in Tvet institutions, and then respect other scientists, the engineers, the agriculturists, the veterinary officers, as you have seen in the posters. Please, all those people come from us. We are the ones who make them, but there is no way you can give them a better pay and then leave their trainers aside. To our students, we are very sorry for now. We are very sorry for now, but remember that some of you would wish to take the same career path as ours in future. And so you should keep calm and pray for us to achieve what the President promised and directed, so that in future, as you join us, you'll be benefiting from the success of our struggle, which comes with the training when you are contented with the remuneration that is given to you. This industry action will be called off by the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, NEC, that is the National Executive Committee, after getting a written commitment from relevant government authorities, capturing the 4.8 millions for lecturers and instructors, and 3.5 millions for assistant instructors. So, don't be deceived by anybody that the industry action is off, because we've heard that our members in our country have been deceived that the industry action is off. It is still on until the national chairperson and the general secretary of PIS2 pronounces that they have got a written commitment from government officials, and the industry action will be called off. So we pray that you remain in your homes. For those ones who are still at home, those ones who are already at the schools, because some technical schools and polytechnics had already opened earlier, please don't engage yourselves in any activities taking place. Stay calm, stay informed, and be ready to take on anybody who wants to intimidate you, because our lawyers are very ready to talk to each and everybody who is trying to take that path. I thank you very much. Scaling the nation is our motto, for God and my country.